Hello and welcome everybody to the Charged Embers Hatch Day, almost the final event of 2024. Not quite the worst, but it is for baby Magby and Elekid in 2 kilometer eggs. We finally got our first batch here, so let's see if we can get a shiny one. They both had a community day in November of 2020, so 4 years ago. This actually has a better shiny rate than those community days, but obviously RNG and everything. So not a shiny Elekid on egg number 4 or 5 or whatever it is, and Magby, I mean, they're not bad shinies and they're not terrible Pokemon, but Elekid's probably the one that you want to go for. Magby, not a shiny. Is there one more egg, perhaps? Not a shiny there, but we are spinning with Go++. And there's a shiny, fantastic. So we've got 1 out of the first batch of eggs. 660 is not going to be amazing. However, I think the rest of the batch was pretty dead too. So just going to spin for 2k, see what we get. And we're running daily incense for 3 hours and see if we can pick up something nice. Thank you very much to Batman of Texas who gifted us the paid ticket for today, which hysterically had some kind of error on it where it was meant to be $1 and then it was listed as $2 and actually provided the part 1 of the holiday event rewards by mistake. But we do get a little super incubator, which is nice. And we do have 2 Ponyta, I think it is, for the community ticket research. That one is not shiny, but it'll have a background, but is a 98. Vanillite on the daily incense. Come on, not pink. And it also looks very depressing now that the Christmas background has gone. We're back to regular stuff. Not the shiny Galarian Ponyta, I'm pretty trashed as well. So let's see if we can hatch a shiny Magby today, because Elekid's in the bag already. Well, let me know how you did in the comments below. And of course, don't forget you can hit that subscribe button and the like button as well if you enjoy what you see. Backdrop. Okay, we've got batch number 2 going on straight away because I messed up clicking an encounter. So we'll see if we can get ourselves the other half of the duo feature today. Charged Embers, give us a shiny Magby. That's the Elekid. 100% IV wise. Oh, there's a shiny Magby. Fantastic. So we've got 1 of each now. Brilliant stuff. I was saying 100% IV. I'm not too sure on the old Magby, but I think Elekid is 689 CP. And speaking of Elekid, there's a shiny one. So we're doing very nicely on the old egg front. 718 for Magby is a dirty 2-star. That's a bit of a shame. And the Elekid shiny is a 91. It could be worse, frankly, but batch number 3 coming up soon. Hopefully I don't click incorrectly again. We've got batch number 3. And let's just see if we're going to get as lucky as Nakeem did with a shiny 8 Magby. So probably not going to get any shinies, actually, since we've had 3 already. But it is usually a 1 in 10 ratio. No, gotta be honest, I don't like Magby. I really don't. I remember playing that community day entirely on Go++ while on a hoverboard. Come on. There's a Magby. That was a Magby heavy batch. Oh my days. 6 of those, but I think that's a Hundo Elekid. It is! Yay. 4-star Elekid. Shame you weren't the shiny one. Okay, we've hatched a Hundo out of that batch. We did get a 98 Dynamax Bulbasaur. I really thought it was the 100%er, but it's not. And hope not for a Cetoddle, for a Galarian Bird. So I was just wandering around, you know, I was gonna go, oh, I haven't collected my max points from here. And there's an encounter underneath. This was a Krabby we did earlier. It's a shiny Wooloo underneath the max point. That's fantastic. Shame it doesn't have the costume, because I don't know how many encounters later after the costume disappeared this is. But it's a shiny Wooloo in the Dynamax Stadium, which I think is actually rather cool. So random shiny for the day. Cannot complain with that at all. Let's see how good or bad it's going to be. A 2-star. It could be worse. Shame it wasn't the Dynamax Wooloo. That would have been very cool if it became the Dynamax Wooloo, but I should now finally have enough 2Ks. Honestly, you guys can let me know if you were the same, but I honestly found that today, the 2 kilometer eggs were not guaranteed from spinning stops, and there's been countless times where I've gone through loads of stops and not actually picked up an egg at all, which for a hatch day is kind of fundamentally flawed, I think. I do hope the next hatch day is something a bit more zesty. Give us Munchlax or Mantike. We currently have a Galarian Articuno sat on white screen. It is on, don't worry. Microphone check. Please, it's not shiny, you son of a gun, but it's 1659. Do I bother checking for the Hundo IV on this one? Let's give it a golden razz anyway. The last time we had a Galarian Articuno, we completely botched the throw Just glad a Galarian Articuno or Bird has appeared on this one. No, non-boosted, 1659. No chance. Well, thank you for checking. Okay, I somehow went too high over the excellent. One roll, two roll, cheeky, and it's gone. Consolation. There's a Spiro on the nearby. We had a batch of eggs that were meant to go into B-roll, but then the game crashed. Yeah. 2 minutes past 5, it's the end of the hatch day, and well, this is the final batch of eggs. Don't know why, had real difficulty with Adventure Sync. It didn't calculate properly, so we've probably missed a good full batch of eggs, to be honest. Just maybe there could be a final shiny in there somewhere, because we had 2 dead batches today, but then 1 batch that had 2 shinies in it. Will this be a dead batch? Again, let me know how your hatch day went. Hope you had success if you needed it, but I know there'll be plenty of people in the same camp as I am, where you don't need these shinies. They've been in the game for long enough. They've had a community day, there's a shiny one, fabulous. They've had comm days, but it was 4 years ago. They have had various event features, etc. That'll be it. It's a 91%er, so that's our best IV1, tied with another Elekid. As it turns out, actually 63, I believe, eggs have been hatched in this event, and 5 shinies. So we're a little under the odds if it's a 1 in 10, but 1 in 10 only means really a 10% chance of hatching a shiny. Really can't complain with this one, to be honest. It could be a very passive event if you just did infinite incubator, etc. Nothing else too crazy for it, to be honest, so that's that. There is one other thing I need to show you all, which is the tail end of the holidays part 2 event. We finished our event here in the UK, and we just prayed for some Cetoddle raids from further over in America when the next day had come in with midnight, and I have to say a big thanks to the Wolverine, aka Andrew. We also nabbed into one of JT Valor's raids as well, but Randy, Viator12, delivered our shiny Cettodle at long last. It was about 5 checks after we finished that last video. So honestly, dude, thank you so much for the lucky invite. But I will say, really do appreciate anybody who chucked those Cetoddle raid invites or jumped into mine or allowed me to spam into it via the friends list. So we did actually get a shiny Cetoddle in the end without the Christmas backdrop. Obviously, horrendous IV. I mean, literally the worst Cetoddle from a raid I have had in the entirety of its existence. But that doesn't matter. We got one. And with that, it's time to conclude this week and almost the entire year of 2024. So tomorrow, there is the New Year's event, which is only 3 days long and looking pretty flat. There's nothing new in it. In fact, there's a lot less in this event than there usually is. We're missing the likes of the costume party hat starters, missing the 2020 Slowpoke sunglasses thing. So we will be out for a little bit tomorrow covering that. 2025 is just around the corner. We're working currently on the 2024 wrap-up video. But before we finish up this video, I'm going to say a massive thanks to every single person over on the Patreon squad. These peeps who are here on the rolling credits at the end of every single piece of content on the channel are really, really important to keeping it going. Thank you so very much for taking your support that much further. Those extra contributions via Patreon and being a part of the squad make the whole thing possible with content, live streams, the live event travel, looking back at the likes of New York, we've been to LA, and so much more is coming, which I cannot wait for. So my appreciation deeply for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And it is the end of a week, so what is coming up apart from the New Year's event? Well, we have Togetic Spotlight Hour, which on New Year's Eve, yes, we will be live streaming at 6 to 7 p.m. your local time, but then it is 2025 on Wednesday, January the 1st, there is a Giratina Altered Form Raid Hour. We will be back live streaming the Raid Hours in 2025, so if you want to join for that and potentially have some shiny or hundo luck, then comment below, including your in-game name and your friend code. We'll be adding some people to see if they can get that shiny Altered Form Giratina. Fido Fetch is coming in on January the 3rd. We have something rather cool planned for that event. I just may not be able to do it on the Friday 3rd. Depending on podcast schedule, we may be able to get out for the first day of this new event. Fingers crossed on that. But you should definitely go and drop a download to the Incensed podcast, because episode 203, the New Year's show, just dropped today. So go and find it on your podcast platform of choice. But if you enjoyed this piece of content, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and sticking with me into 2025, because I've really appreciated every single person who's dropped a comment, a like, a subscription, shared videos, etc. Been a part of the whole community here through 2024. Thank you so very much. And if you did enjoy what you saw here, check out one of those 2 videos there on the screen, or check the channel out, and there's so much more that you can go and see from different places in the world, different challenges, different formats of content and events, etc. There's so much here for you to enjoy. I hope you stick with me, and I will say until the next time, do take care.